Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am the Channeling Goddess. If you are new here, hi, hello. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. So today we are going to do a pick a card, all about what you should be expecting the month of February. Any additional messages that Spirit wanted to give you outside of what you probably already know. So we have two cards on the deck. So the first card is Gemini, I think, number 15. And then for pile number 2, we have ninth house faith, number 33. Okay. So before we get started, before we move into each pile, please make sure that you take 3 mindful deep breaths. Just make sure that you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 3, and then exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. This just helps you get more in sync with your intuition and help you tap into the messages that are meant for you. I would also say that what is not meant for you, please leave it here. It's for someone else. If the message is meant for you, please take it and apply whatever way you feel you need to do so. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started with pile number 1. So pile number 1, you have the Gemini, I think, card. Now, this lets me know you could be a Gemini sun, moon, and rising. Sun, moon, or rising, sorry. You could also be an overthinker, because it's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. You let logic lead you, and Spirit is not saying that logic leading you is the wrong way to go. Spirit is essentially saying that put some additional things with your logic, right? So if you're thinking about, maybe you're thinking about a specific step that you need to take, Spirit is asking you to think about it from a logical standpoint, but also put the emotions in there as well. Because if you only think about it from a logical state, you may get into this, let's say you get into a position, right? Because that's what I was getting ready to say and I didn't mean to. So for some of you, this could be about a position, but let's say you get into this particular thing and the money is great, but morally it doesn't feel good to you. Okay. So Spirit is asking you to essentially think about this from a different perspective, right? It's not saying that you can't think about it or overthink about it. Sometimes overthinking, you can find additional things that you didn't think about, but don't live in your overthinking, right? Slow yourself down. Be more willing to trust your first mind. Some of you, this could be about a partner, so it could be about more than one person. So you could be making a decision in regards to someone else, a job, a contract. I just heard a contract. It could be a contract between yourself and another person. Spirit is asking you to read the fine print, but also to think about not just logically how this will play out, but emotionally how this will play out for you. How do you think, like, if you go home at night, right, will you be able to sleep comfortably? If you let this person in your life, do you feel like you will feel calm? Do they bring you peace? Like, think about it for more than just let's give an example. You meet somebody, they have a lot of money, and you think to yourself, okay, now I have a 2 household income, right? But then this person is a cheater, they're a liar, they're unfaithful, right? Spirit is asking you to think about it from more than just a logical standpoint. Spirit is asking you to go more into the spiritual realm, to look at a little bit deeper at this offering that has been given to you, because in my mind's eye I just saw the 2 of Cups. So somebody could be trying to give you an equal they could be trying to give you an exchange. For some of you, this is an equal exchange. For others of you, it is not. So Spirit is asking you to dig a little bit deeper into whatever this is that's being given to you. Spirit is asking you to trust your instincts, trust your emotions, not just your logical mind. Trust your intuition. Get more in contact with your intuition. This also could be a test for you to tap more into your intuition, learn to trust those little nudges and the little chills and things that happen, like when Spirit is trying to reach out to you, songs that you hear on the radio. Spirit is asking you to trust your intuition in this particular instance. And I keep seeing the 2 of Cups, so this could very well be about love. Like the 2 of Cups oftentimes can represent love. So it's an equal opportunity, equal exchange. So for some of you, this could be about a relationship. You're wondering, like, should I really give this person a chance? Should I really just go all in this relationship? And Spirit is asking you to trust your intuition, right? Don't just look at the things you can physically see. Look at the things that you can't see. Trust how this thing makes you feel. Now, how you want it to make you feel, but how it actually makes you feel. Okay. Some of you, the 15th of February, so it's the day after Valentine's Day, could be significant for you. Yeah, I just heard significant for you this year. So trust in that. You may be meeting your soulmate on the 15th and you're going to overthink it. You may meet them and be like, oh my God, this is too good to be true. I don't know if I should, be in this relationship or give this person a try. And Spirit is asking you to trust your intuition on this particular situation. Okay. So let's get you some cards and see what additional messages, sorry about that, Spirit has for you. I'm going to do this one more time, so just warning you. If you got earphones on, I should have said that first. Sorry. Doing it again. Okay, so we're going to use the African Goddess deck. I'm going to move this back here. Perfect. Okay, so let's get you some cards. Let's see what messages. That was quick. All right, so you have the 9 of Wands, okay? And then you have the Death card. Okay, I'm going to pull you one more. I feel like I need to give you 3. And then, what is that? The 9 of Wands. This is the year of 9, so that's definitely significant for you. I just heard you're going to be able to put your swords down. And wow. And then we got the Lovers. Okay, for some of you, this really is about you finding love. And you're going to overthink it. Spirit is saying that this person, wow. And then look at this. Bottom deck energy, 9 of Cups. Okay, so you got, let me make sure you can see it. Okay, so you got the 9 of Wands. You got the Death card. You also have the Lovers and you have the 9 of Cups. Okay, so 9 is very significant for you this year. You could also be a life path 9. You could live in a 9 house. So the way you know if you live in a 9 house, you take the numbers of the street and you add them together, and that's how you know if you're living in a 9 house. Spirit is saying this year, or let's go back. In years past, or for quite some time, maybe this has been months, you've been struggling on your own. You've had to fight your own battles. You haven't really had any help. You're tired. You're standing almost at the edge of the battle and you're just tired, okay? You just want a relief. You just want some rest. And Spirit is saying the ending of this battle is death, right? So let's take it there, okay? You're in battle, right? And you die, and you think that this is the end, okay? It is not the end. It is only the beginning, okay? But a death needs to occur in your life so that these other things can come in for you. Love, prosperity, abundance. Spirit is saying in the month of February, you have the opportunity or could possibly meet the love of your life, your soulmate. And Spirit is asking you to stop overthinking it and get out of this 9 of Wands headspace. Be a little bit more open to what Spirit has for you. There's something about your lack of openness. And does she have her eyes closed? She does. Look at that. Your eyes is closed to what Spirit is bringing in for you. And these people's eyes are closed as well. Your eyes are closed. Is the Death card? I think her eyes are open. Let's see. They're barely open, but they are. Can you see? You're tired. Like I feel that. I immediately want to lay down. Like, you're tired. You've been struggling. You've been through a lot. People don't know the struggles that you've been through. People don't know how you sacrifice, right? How you have let yourself slide, so to speak, in order to make others happy. How you've just, you've been going on and on and on and on and on. And this death seems like an ending, which it is, but it is also a chance for you to rest, right? This death is a chance for you to rest. It is a chance for you to be revived, a chance for the load to be taken off of you and given to somebody else. Now, this doesn't have to be romantic. It feels romantic to me, and I don't know why my voice just got soft like that, but it feels romantic to me. It feels like this is a love that's coming in for you. This could also be you tapping into your own duality, the feminine and the masculine and feminine side of you as well. But this death is going to give you rest. I just heard Spirit say you've done enough, right? For some of you, you have given everything, and now you're just at your wits end. Not after the 9 of Wands, you get the 10 of Wands, which in the card you normally see them like struggling, holding all these wands, trying to carry it by themselves. And Spirit is saying, we know you're at that point where you're just tired, and we're going to give you some help. You don't have to stand. It's almost like you're standing waiting to die. That's what this feels like to me. Like you're standing, you're trying to hold out, but you know that death is coming. You're a little bit afraid of death, but you're like, it is like, I almost hear you say, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be, right? And I'm just telling you that death is only the beginning. This death, and it's not a physical death, okay? So don't freak out. Death is only the beginning. So many new, beautiful things are coming for you. But you're going to have to open yourself up to these new things because I'll put it to you this way. Let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're somebody who's been single for the better part of 3 years, right? You're used to things being the way that they are, but it doesn't mean that you like them that way, right? You're comfortable with them that way because they've been like that for a long time. You don't necessarily want anybody invading your space. You're okay with the status quo right now, but you're also tired and you need help and you want to be loved and you want physical touch, right? And Spirit is saying, sometimes you have to give up something to get something else. And in this situation, the Spirit is saying you're going to have to give up the fight. Okay? You're going to have to let go of I won't even say strong woman because you could be a man, right? But you've had to be strong for everybody. And you haven't really had the opportunity to just really have somebody look out for you. And this could also be in the form of your spirit team coming in. The death of your beliefs about how you have to move in this world, the death of what you assume is something that you need to do in order to be happy, that's leaving. It's going away, right? It no longer serves its purpose, right? And I want you to remember this. A lot of times in life, we're in situations, our mind or our body will put us in a certain state to protect us, right? And you may be in this I got to do everything state because you were previously in a state where you trusted somebody and they let you down. And it only took you one time. You didn't need to learn that lesson 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So for some of you, you did, but specifically, I'm talking to the person who did not need to learn this lesson too many times. You learned it one good time, and then you said to yourself, never again. I'm never going to do this again. I'm never going to let somebody else come in and sell me a pipe dream, and now I'm struggling, right? Now I'm trying to make it work. Now I am the only person doing everything. And Spirit is saying, okay, got it. This is where you needed to be in this particular part of your life. And I want you to remember this. Be thankful for the places where you were, right? Because even in those situations, you learned lessons. You may not even realize it now, but you've learned lessons about yourself. You've learned lessons about people. You've learned who's really there for you and who's not, right? And now it is time for transition, right? It's time for transformation. And you are dying, not physically dying. That's not, I don't feel that. The old you is dying away so that a new you can be born, so that the 9 of Cups can come into your life. I don't know why, but it almost looks like this girl here. It looks like she's about to cry. She's happy, but she also looks like she's about to cry. You may have been in a situation where you felt like things can't get better for me. Like, I can hear you saying to yourself, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know. I don't know if this reading is for me. The people who feel like that, when you know you've been struggling, this is exactly where you're meant to be. Spirit would not put you here if there was not a message in this pile for you, okay? Especially if you chose this intuitively. Spirit would not have put you here if you were not meant to be in this pile. And I know this message may be hard to hear because a lot of us, we were almost raised and taught to kind of be independent. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with independence. I personally thrive on my own independence. But I think for someone in this pile, for several of us, we've been carrying this load for quite some time. And Spirit is saying, got it, bet. but I need things to change. There's another shift in your life that needs to happen, and I need this death to occur within you. I need the old things to die away so that new can come into your life, so that you can get the things that you've harvested. You can harvest the seeds that you've planted. Okay, let's get you some additional cards. Spirit, any additional messages? So we have Diplomat. It says, with your uncanny ability to form connections in human relationships, you serve as a bridge between worlds. Yeah, you've been doing this for a long time. You've been everybody's diplomat, right? You've been everybody's counselor. You've been everybody's go-to person. You've done it all for everybody else, but who's done anything for you? And then your other card is impatience. So it says, it takes time to build an empire. Your desire for instant results can hinder your ability to make good decisions. Okay. So I think a lot of times we want certain things to happen at a certain time. And Spirit is asking us to be more in tune with where we are going, right? And some of you, you may have been trying to get here. Okay, I'm getting this message. You may have been trying to get to the Lovers or to the Nine of Cups, and you've been saying, I've been working all the time. I did this and da, right? And then when it didn't happen, when you thought it was going to happen, you gave up, right? You sat down and you said, I'm not going to even worry about it no more. I'm just going to sit here. Spirit is saying that certain things had to happen, certain things had to take place in order for you to be able to enjoy where you're going in this next part of your life. It's almost like Spirit is saying, we needed you to hit rock bottom before we can bring you up. And that's what this feels like to me. It feels like you're just tired. That's what I feel, just tired, mentally, emotionally, physically, just tired, and you want a break. You may not even know how to ask for this break, which is why Spirit is making it happen anyway. You may not even know how to say, I need a break, but Spirit knows you need a break. Spirit knows you're ready for this piece to come in. Now, if you're anything like me, you may hear the word Spirit is going to give you a break and everything's going to be fine. And you may hear that and think to yourself, wait, am I about to lose my job? Am I about to lose my car? Am I about to lose everything? That's not what this feels like to me. It feels like you're about to get help. This could be in the form of a new job where you don't have to work as hard, but you're making a lot more money. And it's going to seem too good to be true. I'm telling you right now, it is going to seem too good to be true. You could even be in a situation where you get to do your dream job and it's so easy and it feels so effortless, but you're making buku money doing it, and it's going to be hard for you to believe it. That's why I think that logical piece came in the beginning. It's going to be hard for you to see. It's almost like you're going to be waiting for the shoe to drop. Like, okay, this is too good to be true. Like, I've been in this job for a little while. This is my dream job. I don't have to work as hard. It's easy. Like, it's as easy as breathing. And look at all this money I'm making. Something must get ready to happen. I'm getting ready to get fired. They're getting ready to do a massive layoff. Like, don't panic, okay? Don't panic, okay? Spirit is bringing this to you because you've suffered enough. You've suffered enough. You've given enough. And you haven't had anybody give to you. You've been given to everybody. And you haven't had anybody give to you. You haven't had anybody pour into you. Spirit is saying, we're going to pour into you now. Okay? Pile number 1, this was a beautiful message. I really hope this gave you some encouragement to let you know that you're all, like, it's almost over, right? Don't be afraid of death, right? Death is only the beginning. Death is the start of rebirth, right? Death is never the end, okay? And I am so proud of you. I don't know, like, if anybody's ever told you this, but I am so proud of you that you did what you had to do, even if it was you did this to protect yourself, even if you did this because you said, I need to look out for myself. I am proud of you that you even had the strength to do that. The Spirit is now asking you to let go and let us do the rest of it, okay? So pile number 1, this is all the messages that I have for you. I really hope this gave you some encouragement, and I will see you next time in my next video. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the 9th house card, which is card number 33 of faith. Now, I was already getting a 2-part message about this. So for some of you, this is about your faith being tested. You may be going through a situation coming up where you really are going to wonder why you got into whatever practice that you're in right now. You may also, how do I put this? Your faith is going to be tested, okay? For some of you, this is the beginning of a new chapter within your own faith, okay? This is a new beginning into learning more about yourself and the faith that you've chosen. So this isn't, I'm not talking about religion, okay? I'm talking about faith. This could be a deity that's recently reached out to you, a deity that you dreamed about. You may feel like you're being called to reach out to that particular deity. And for some of you, the obstacles of, how do I want to put this? Give me the right word, spirits. The obstacles of trusting in your faith, the faith of your forefathers or your ancestors, the obstacle that you had prior to that, it is being lifted. You've asked your ancestors or spirit for a sign. This is your sign. Okay? You've been doing the work, and you may have even been questioning, what did I do wrong? Like, I'm not feeling what everybody else said they felt when they start their spiritual journey. I'm not getting it. Like, I'm not, it's not hitting for me like that. Whether that be, you're into spirituality, whether you're into Christianity, whether you're into Buddhism, Hinduism, it doesn't matter. Something about the faith that you've chosen to align yourself with, the obstacles are being moved for you. For others of you, if you've been deep into this faith, your faith is about to be tested. And I just heard in the most uncomfortable way. I don't want to freak you out, but that's what I just heard. I would also say this morning, I saw 333, and normally when I see 333, I just say thank you. I don't remember the last time I actually looked up the meaning of 333. And what made me think about it is your card is number 33, and it says big changes are happening for you or coming, or I can't remember. I think it was talking about either they were happening or they were coming. So for some of you, your faith is getting ready to be tested, and it's going to be, at the end of this, it will be stronger. For others of you, the doors are finally being opened for you. I just saw, I don't want to say I saw, but I'm hearing, I think it's Eshu or Papa Legba. He is the, like, I call him like the gatekeeper. He is the one who opens the doors for you to get in contact with other Orishas. So maybe you're being contacted by Papa Legba, and look at the candle. Look at the candle. So maybe you're being contacted by Papa Legba or Eshu. And your roads are being cleared. Okay, obstacles are being moved out of your way. You don't have to be specifically like contacted or connected with that deity, but it's what came to my mind. So the obstacles are being moved from you, but like I said, this feels specifically about your faith. This could be about other things, but for me, it feels like it's specifically about your faith, how you see yourself, how you believe in yourself, right? How you believe in, or how you move. That's a good word. How you move throughout this life. What are some convictions that, like people say, I'll die on this hill, right? What are some hills that you would die on? Those hills are about to be tested. Your strength into that is about to be tested. For others of you, you've already been tested, and the doors are finally opening for you. For some of you, this could also be your platform could be taking off. Maybe you've been going a long time and you're like, I've been told to do this and I've been doing it and it's not working. It could be taking off for you. You could get more deeply involved into divination if that's something you're into. It could also be astrology. You could also read palms, because the palm is there. You could also deal with Ouija boards. That's not my thing, but it could be somebody else's thing. Okay. But seriously, like, whatever situation that you've been going through specifically with your faith, they're changing for you. Doors are opening for you. And Spirit is asking you to walk through these obstacles that are being lifted from you. Okay. So let's get you some other cards. See what other messages Spirit has for you. I wasn't gonna use this deck, but I think I am now. I'm gonna shuffle, so if you have earphones on, sorry. I'm hearing don't hate on my voice, okay? What is it? One day when the sky is falling, I'll be standing right next to you. That's what I'm hearing. So I don't know if you're listening to that song, or if that song has meaning for you, or if that's Spirit talking to you, saying that, even when everything is falling around you, I'll still be here. I'll be, standing right next to you. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have, that's too many cards. Let's see. Spirit, any messages for pile number 2? Okay. So we have big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Okay. Let me get 2 more cards, please, Spirit. If you believe in starseeds, you may be a Pleiadian starseed. And then called, it says soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Wow. Already getting messages, yeah. Some of you, you're answering the call, okay? Spirit is teaching you to think bigger. And then we have Star Brothers. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Star Brothers. So you have Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the cards that we have out here. Okay. So yeah. And then your bottom deck energy is forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. So for some of you, this really is about you forging your own path, right? This is about the doors being open for you. And you're going to, look at this. You're going to walk through those doors. Look at her. You're being called and you're not hesitating. You're going to walk through those doors. Those doors are being open for you. For some of you, look, there's another, like a doorway here, right? There's a lot that's being open for you at this time. And it's definitely on the spiritual side. Some of you, okay, give me the right words. Some of you may be getting contacted by Egyptian gods or goddesses. Do your research. I'll give you a perfect example, and I think I will talk about this dream in one of my next dream videos. I dreamed about a snake in the sky. The best way I can describe it is like it was coming out of a rainbow-ish color. It looks like the sunset. And then down in the water, there were alligators. It didn't make sense to me at first, but maybe like, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, I dreamed about alligators, right? So I looked it up, and I want to hope I'm saying it right. Sobek is an Egyptian god that I did a little research about. So I didn't know it at the time, but he was married to a lady. I don't want to say her name wrong. I think it was he was married to a goddess. Her name is, I think it's Reneunut. I think you'll have to look it up. Just look up Sobek and then look up his wife. She is also, she was known as a snake or serpent goddess. And I thought it was so like interesting that because immediately when I was writing down the dream, I thought of the year of the snake. That's where I was going. And it wasn't until I did some research that I realized there's probably more to it than my initial thinking. So for some of you, Spirit is having me share that maybe Horus is reaching out to you. Yeah, that's very specific. Maybe the god Horus is reaching out to you. And I just heard Sek, I think is how you say it, Sekhmet. So Sekhmet may be reaching out to you as well. But aside from all of that, you're being open to a new path, right? You are being open. A lot of the obstacles are being lifted. The way is being made. The path is being cleared. And you're gonna get the opportunity to walk through this path, okay? But also I would say, do you notice how these doors and pathways are pretty big, right? They're I just heard this is bigger than your puny brain. So listen, I'm not calling your brain puny. Okay, I'm not doing that. But what I am saying is the things on the other side of this door is going to require you expanding your perception of what you believe spirituality is, what you believe contacting deities is. It will completely shift how you think. Okay, let's give you an example. If you are a tea leaf reader, it will completely shift how you look at the tea leaves that you read. If you're a tarot reader, it will completely shift how you look at that. If you are into astrology, it will completely shift how you see those things, because now you're going to see them from a bigger picture. You may even get to the point where, let's say if you use tarot cards or use oracle cards, right? And you gain this additional knowledge, you may not need to use them as much. You may move into a different, you may move into more of a channeled type of thing, and you only use the cards every once in a while. That's an example, right? Something about this is going to be absolutely profound for you. And I didn't even notice this before. I hope the camera will pick it up. Can you see right here, right here, right here, right here? It looks like somebody's waiting for you to come through this door. So I don't know if you've been, like, to me, it feels like you've been reaching out to your ancestors, right? And they're waiting. Wow, that's beautiful. They're waiting for you to go through this door because they have so much they want to give to you, and they have so much they want to share to you. But patience was required, right? You had to understand that change is coming, right? But in this change, you've asked for this change. This is not something you haven't asked for. This is not something you don't want. This is a change that you asked for. So if you're here and you're like, I didn't ask for no change, this is probably not the reading for you. This is very specific reading today. Those of you who've been asking for a deeper connection with spirit, those of you who have been asking for a deeper connection with your ancestors, those of you who have been reaching out to deities and you feel like you haven't gotten the answers that you, not necessarily that you wanted, you feel like you haven't got any answers at all. Things are about to change. Things are about to shift for you. Your ancestors are waiting for you, quote unquote, on the other side. And they are waiting for you to make this trek to them, right? I think, yeah, you're it's almost like in order to get here, you have to expand your knowledge a little bit. So I'll give you an example. If you've ever done like me, where you've gone down the money rabbit hole, right? And I used to be scared to go down this rabbit hole because it opened up a whole lot of doors. But think about the actual physical paper, the physical manifestation of money, right? Which is paper, right? It comes from trees. They use a special type of stamp and special type of ink. But at the end of the day, it is paper, right? And then when you go back to paper is something you can easily get. Or if you're buying paper is cheap. People throw paper away all the time, right? Can you imagine somebody taking a $100 bill and just throwing it away for no reason? Especially listen, millionaires may do it, billionaires may do it, but the rest of us, we're going to keep that $100. You understand what I'm saying? So when I went, I just kept going back, and then I went back to the trees, and I'm like, you can go outside and touch a tree at any time, right? And it opened up my understanding of how much value we put on a dollar, how much value we put on the money that's in our pocket. And that's why sometimes it's hard for us to manifest, because we keep saying, well, I need $1,000,000. You don't need $1,000,000. What you're asking for is the thing. And then when you break that down, you're not really asking for the thing. You're asking for the thing, the way that the thing makes you feel, right? So if you could get that without getting the thing, would you be okay? Right? Rabbit hole. That's our, listen, that's for another day. But the point that I'm trying to make is, you need bigger thinking. You needed bigger thinking in order to get to where you're going, because there are some things that are going to be revealed to you. I'll give you another example. When presidents go into when they get elected into the White House, right? This is in the U.S. If you're in the U.S., when they get elected into the White House, there are certain things that they become privy to, right? This is what you're dealing with. I wouldn't even be surprised if this feels like an initiation, right? You have to go through an initiation process. Now you're at the end of this initiation process, and you're being fully initiated into this thing. You could be initiating into a practice. For some of you, it could be that specific, but for others of you, your ancestors is bringing you on anything. I'm hearing that what we have to give you, it can only be taught by us. You can't learn this in a book. You can't learn this on a YouTube video. It can only be taught by us. So you needed to be in a state of openness and acceptance so that you could hear what is going to be given to you from bloodlines and generations before you. Okay, so let's get you some tarot cards, see if we can get you some additional messages. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Okay, so we have, wow, we have the Tower card. So it said upheaval, reality, disaster, sudden change, chaos, revelation, awakening, release, painful loss, tragedy. Yeah, you're definitely going through a huge change. And then we have death, but it's in the reverse. So it says stagnation, sameness, restrained, resisting, change, fear of new beginnings, dependency, repeating, negative patterns, slow changes, a narrow escape, cheating, death. So I feel like you're coming out of this energy and going into the Tower energy. And not in a bad way. Like I said, that 333 signifies big changes. So you're definitely going through a lot of changes, but you're also going to be in a place of stability after these changes. But you have to, it needs to be sudden. And you're ready for it now. Okay. Spirit would not be putting you in this situation if you were not ready for this change. Okay. You might have even come from pile number 1, because the death card came out for pile number 1 as well. That's too many cards. Let's keep shuffling. Okay. Let's get you one more card. This is beautiful, pile number 2. I'm all about getting a closer connection with spirit. And I think some of the best things are taught from our ancestors. Some of the best things are taught from those who are not in this physical world, right? Because not all of that stuff that was, given or done was written down in books. And I want you to understand how big of an honor this is for your ancestors to allow you into this particular, whatever this is. I don't know why I want to say order. It could be an order, but it's almost like your ancestors are allowing you to be in this particular thing, whatever it is that you're going in to do. Like I said, whatever it is astrology, divination, I don't know, but it feels very spiritual to me. It feels very sacred. This feels very sacred. And there may even be a time, or for a while, it may be a time where all you're doing is learning and you're not able to share it, because some of this is not meant to be shared worldwide. Some of this is just meant for you to know this knowledge and be able to help people. For some of you, you may be sharing this, but it is going to take a while before you're able to share what it is that you know. You're also going to have discernment about what you share and with whom and on what platform. So be careful with that. I just heard that come out. And then you have the 8 of Cups. So it says freedom, action, change, disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism, travel, end of a relationship, letting go. Yeah, you're definitely walking away from whatever it is that's right now. So whether it's the disappointment, whether it's the, oh, I haven't made it yet, or my, spiritual walk is not like so and so's, or I don't read the cards like this person, or I don't see astrology like this person, right? You're walking away from those beliefs, and you had to let them go in order to get to where you're about to go right now, right? And I feel like, to me, this feels like you've already let this go, and this is just confirmation, right? This is just confirmation that you have let this go. If you haven't, please start working on letting it go, because your ancestors and your spirit guides, they really have something beautiful for you. But you have to let go of these old beliefs and things that you had. And maybe that's also why you had a delay in getting to this door. But the door is open, right? The obstacles are being removed. And while they're being removed, remove the things that no longer serve you, so that you can make this trek, so that you can make this, you can take this journey, should I say. For some of you, this is going to come in your dream state, because that's what I don't know why I keep feeling like that. It feels dreamy to me. It feels very airy. It feels magical to me. So pay attention to your dreams. If you do not have a dream journal, make sure you get one. I am an advocate for dream journals. I didn't know why I had the ones that I had, and I was writing so much, and now I get it. So you never know what messages you might find in there. And even if you think, oh, I can remember my dreams, sometimes the longer you're awake, the more you don't remember them. So writing them down is actually going to help you go back and sometimes get those little small nuances. Because I'll give you an example. For me, sometimes I'll write down my dreams, and then later I'll go back and read, and then I will remember small details that I didn't remember before. But it's because I'm almost reliving it, so to speak, in my head when I'm reading it. So sometimes little small details will come back to me. Okay, so pile number 2, this is all of the messages that I have for you. I am sending you so much love. I am also saying congratulations. This is an honor that your ancestors are giving to you. This is an honor to be given this type of insight. You could even, I just heard this, you could even be getting access to the Akashic records, if that's something you've been asking for. So just putting that out there. But seriously, I'm proud of you. I think this is beautiful, and I wish you the best of luck on this journey. Okay, so this is all the messages that I have, and I will see you next time in my next video. Bye.